Hey guys, this is Ethan from Vice and Virtue. I am brewing an iced AeroPress now, and this is one of my favorite recipes to do at home because it's super quick, it's super easy, and it makes some really, really good tasting iced coffee. So to start out, I'm going to flip the AeroPress upside down, take the cap off. I've got a filter here already. Take the plunger almost all the way out, but you should have a good solid seal here at the bottom. So we'll set that aside for now. I'm going to weigh out and grind my coffee. But another thing that's great about the AeroPress is that you don't have to be quite as precise as you would for a normal pour over method. So right now I'm using 20 grams of coffee, but if you don't have a scale at home, that's fine. If you've got a standard coffee scoop, I find that it's about 1.5 of these for 20 grams of coffee. So I've got kind of a medium coarse grind for this, which doesn't mean a whole lot, but you don't want it to be full of big chunks of coffee. You don't want to have little tiny fines that'll choke your filter. All right, got my coffee. I'm going to use the handy AeroPress funnel and drop my ground coffee inside the AeroPress. Kind of flatten that out a little bit. All right. So now my water is at 205 degrees. I'm going to start my timer and start pouring. I'm pouring about 3 times the coffee weight, which is going to be 60 grams for this brew. This is just to get the coffee saturated at the bottom. If you'll notice, it's almost at the halfway mark in my AeroPress. So just a little bit below halfway, and you'll have that first pour down. At 40 seconds, we're going to start pouring again, and we're going to pour our full amount. This recipe is a 10-to-1 ratio, so I'm going to use 10 times my coffee's weight, which was 20 grams. So I've got 200 grams of water going into the AeroPress. Now 40 seconds, finishing that pour. And there's no technique to this, just pour it as fast as your kettle will handle it. And to get to 200, I'm pouring just under the seal here. So if you don't have a scale at home, again, you're just fine if you pour it up to this seal. Gonna screw my cap on and then wait. When we get to 2 minutes, I'm gonna flip my AeroPress over and I'm gonna start pressing slowly so that we finish pressing around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, so now that we're at 2 minutes, flipping and slowly pressing. Once you hear that hiss, your brewing's done. Flip your AeroPress over so you don't make a mess, and then add your ice. So for this one, I'm adding 100 grams of ice. And again, if you don't have a scale, this one is about 7 cubes of ice. You know, make it up as you go along. It's gonna taste good regardless. Spill it everywhere. And grab your cup, fill it up with ice, and enjoy. Nice.